Let the beat drop. Switch it up.
I like that.
Yeah, this is the Capital City Podcast. I'm your host, Capital J, alongside my main man,
DL Glass.
And we're talking about collaborations right now. Collaborations. Hip-hop, for a long time, like in the early days, hip-hop was just starting out, and we didn't get a lot of collaborations.
Right.
One of the earliest ones that I could think of is Chaka Khan, and she had Melly Mel. Chaka Khan, let me rock it, Chaka Khan.
Mm-hmm. Did he have a verse on that?
Yeah, that was a verse. I want to
yeah.
dig hold me, Chaka, because I'm the one to keep you warm, Chaka. He rapped on that,
Right, okay.
And before that, I don't remember a lot of hip hop collaborations where the artist collaborated with somebody outside of the genre. But man, Melly Mel did that joint with Chaka Khan. You had the Fat Boys. Let me see, was it the Fat Boys and the Force MDs? There was another big collaboration back in the day. But that led to when Jody Watley made that joint Friends and Rakim showed up. I was like, what?
Okay.
Talking about collaborations.
Right.
Heavy D and Levert.
Yes.
These are the early days of hip-hop, just like R&B had been totally separate from hip-hop. And then we started collaborating with R&B artists. Mm-hmm. And before you know it, is it an R&B song? Is it a hip-hop song?
Right.
You can't tell now.
Right.
But these collaborations, like, man, in the early 90s, hip-hop started collaborating with rock and roll. You had Public Enemy and Anthrax.
Right.
Jay-Z, Limp Bizkit in the 90s, late 90s.
Nas changed it.
Who?
Nas.
Nas?
Yeah.
With a collab? Who did he collab with?
Nobody on his first album. And one of the greatest albums ever released.
Yeah, but shoot, there are a lot of people that didn't collab.
Before Nas, that had classics.
Yeah, Wu-Tang didn't collaborate with anybody.
Nas dropped first, right?
Oh, wait a minute, 90. Yeah, Nas did. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they probably took a page from his book because he was hanging out.
But he wasn't the only one though. Like before that, EPMD didn't collab with nobody.
It was two of them.
Bismarcky. Like Big Daddy Kane. Like they.
No collabs.
Nope.
Oh wow.
But you got to think, how do we get Mary J. Blige and Jodeci? You know where they popped up from? Collaborations.
Yeah.
Father MC. Father MC had both of them singing. Man. Had Mary J. Blige
and Jodeci.
Jodeci
in his background, right? I remember that. I remember that video.
Right.
Well, I saw it years later because I ain't that old.
These are the collaborations, though.
Right.
And before it wasn't a big thing. Mm-hmm. But man, when they opened the storm gates and realized that you could do even better by adding a rapper, but then, like I said, Father MC flipped the script, said, I'm gonna add R&B artists. He broke Mary J. Blige and Jodeci.
Crazy. Were they label mates or he just...
They were label mates.
Oh, they were. Okay.
Well, kinda. Yeah. Yeah, no kind of in it. They were all on Uptown.
Oh,
Andre Harrell, Puff Daddy was A&R. He's the guy pulling the strings. He's the guy that knew to do these collabs.
Right. Puff was great.
Mary J. brought Smith & Wesson on the joint. Come on now.
Why are they never mentioned?
Smith & Wesson?
Yeah.
That was one, and especially considering that they collab with Mary J.
Right.
Grand Poobah was on one of her joints.
Biggie.
Yeah, Biggie was on the remix of What's the 411?
Out of this world.
His verse from Dreams was the verse he used on the What's the 411 remix. Wait a minute, what about my honey Mary?
Right. Them jeans fitting like a glove.
Right. These are the early days of collaborations, but you'll never forget these joints because they meant so much back then because you didn't get it every day.
Puff started it.
Nah, because Jody Watley and Rakim was before Puffy.
Before that.
And Chaka Khan, I would say Chaka Khan might just get the credit.
But so Chaka Khan, was that a step into hip hop or hip hop stepping into
R&B?
You know,
I would say that hip hop stepped into R&B for that one, but I Feel for You was very hip hop, even though it wasn't a hip hop song. That was originally a Prince song. I Feel for You was a song that Prince made first.
Okay,
but Chaka Khan's version was very hip hop influenced. You know, if you listen to the drums and think about what was going on in hip hop at the time.
And what stage was in her career? What stage was she in?
She was in the Chuck, you remember we talked about longevity and how R&B artists weren't plagued by the same, like Chaka Khan, you know, she had been doing her thing since the early 70s. Like Tell Me Something Good came out in the early 70s. I Feel for You came out in like 1985.
So that was on the
she's
comeback, kinda revitalized.
Right. This is her second or third act by now. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But she still had way more left in the tank after I Feel for You. It wasn't the last you heard of it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
You remember when Rick James collabed with Roxanne Shante?
I don't, but I heard you mention that.
Lucy's Rap. Check it out.
Now was that
hip-hop? That was early. It was a straight. I would say it was a funk song, but like the fact that Roxanne Shante was on it had a hip hop feel.
Now, when they did those early collaborations, did the beat switch up, or did they speed it up? Because I heard you talk about the speed and the tempo before. Did they speed it up for the rappers?
Lucy's Rap was the tempo was kind of slow at the time, like compared to everything else. It wasn't up tempo. Chaka Khan, of course, that song was up tempo. Jody Watley was mid tempo R&B.
The original. Okay.
I think the original just had Rakim on it though. I don't think that was a remix. I think he was just featured on the song from the Giddy Up.
Okay.
And you know, I got to go back and research that, but I only remember the song coming out with Rakim.
And that was big for hip hop.
Huge.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
But, you know, arguably, like Melly Mel I Feel for You was a huge hit, but Melly Mel being on the beginning, like that was huge. I think that for me, that was the first time I heard a rapper on an R&B song. It wasn't the first time I heard a rap on an R&B song. It was the first time I heard a rapper on an R&B song.
Okay.
You know, I gotta give a shout out to Tina Marie for Square Biz.
Yeah, she spit on that.
She spit on that thing.
Rick wrote that though.
Hey, he's a friend. He's a
friend.
He's a friend of the community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because if it weren't for artists like Rick James, then we probably wouldn't have hip hop.
Rick James was quietly very instrumental in adapting the sound. Now, go back and listen to Cold Blooded,
because I think he
by
was
Rick
rapping.
James. Who are you? But take all the singing off and listen to that beat. And you're not going to tell me that he wasn't listening to some hip hop when he made that beat. Right. Listen to that bass. Like that sounded like a hip hop beat when they came on and started rocking.
Right.
But, you know, Rick James was one of those dudes that could do anything, like Prince. Right. Yeah. You know, he give you any sound. You don't know what's getting ready to come out.
Right.
When Rick James dropped the album back in the day. But the collabs, shoot, now that we talk about collabs, man, you just got me thinking, like, what are some of the best and biggest collabs, like the game changers? Like, we talking about Mary J and Wu-Tang.
Right.
I mean, Jodeci and Wu-Tang when that remix, Freaking You, game changer.
Yes.
SWV, anything with Wu-Tang.
Yeah, man.
Game changer.
Damn.
Here's one you don't know. When SWV did Right Here, there was a maxi single that was put out, had about 4 or 5 different remixes. Pharrell, the first time I ever heard Pharrell rap was on the remix of Right Here by SWV.
Oh, wow.
And on one of the remixes, they took a part of his verse from the other remix. Because he said something, you're not alone, you with me, and the SSWW to the V. They sampled that part. That's for real. They sampled that part and used it on the other remix. SSWWUVV. That's for real.
Wow.
These collabs, man. Collabs meant everything back in the day.
Damn, I didn't know that was for real.
The same way that, like, first time you heard Pharrell was on SWV, the same way that the first time you heard Jodeci and Mary J was on Father MC.
Mm-hmm.
So not only did hip hop help R&B expand, it was vice versa.
Right. Wow.
You know, sometimes R&B introduced us to some hip hop artists. Mm-hmm. Like, how were you introduced to Missy? Missy had already been in a group.
Yeah, Missy was around for a minute before.
She was, but she was introduced as a solo artist on Gina Thompson's song.
Gina Thompson. The things you
He have.
Like, what the hell is this?
Hey, but you know what though?
Yeah.
That part of the song made the song, did it not?
Absolutely. After the second time I heard it, I was like,
yeah, this thing's rocking.
Yeah.
Right.
Credit Puff, man. Damn, Puff.
Collaborations, man.
Right.
And then you had some ones that were kind of out there.
Right.
You know, like when Jay-Z and Limp Bizkit got together.
Yeah.
Like Limp Bizkit had already done a lot of those songs, but when they redid them with Jay-Z, and then they had Premier and different artists, different producers producing some of the remixes, you know, and helping out. They had a bunch of different people come in to and remix their joints.
It helped their career.
Man, it didn't just help their career. Like, I would argue that helped Jay-Z become the household name that he is.
Oh, hell yeah.
At the time, Limp Bizkit was the big artist, not Jay-Z.
Right.
Jay-Z was big to us, Limp Bizkit big to them. So
Right.
we discovered Limp Bizkit. They discovered Jay-Z.
Absolutely. That's crazy. Like, how did that collab happen?
I don't know, but
Rick
it was
Rubin.
It was a good thing, though.
Rick Rubin made that happen.
Hey.
Had to be Rick Rubin.
Sounds like this. I'd just say, yeah. maybe.
Yeah.
But that was good stuff.
You know, I remember the first time I saw that fat white man, I was like, yeah, what the fuck? Like when
that was the first time you saw Rick Rubin, and like you didn't notice him in Crush Groove and all these movies back. He was in the movie the whole time.
I was a young, impressionable.
Nah, Rick Rubin has been a fixture.
Absolutely, but
in this thing from day one.
I know, but you know, just my young eyes looking at it, I was paying more attention to Run DMC than I was the white boy. Because
another collab we forgot about.
Run DMC,
a very early collab. Run DMC and Aerosmith.
Yeah,
like we talking about Jay-Z and Limp Bizkit and Public Enemy and Anthrax. How are we not talking about
that point when they were basically on the same stage, but they had that paper wall in between the two of them, and they broke through that paper wall. The first video I ever shot, Lil E, I did that for you because I remember that I had him kick through a fence at Old School in Princeville because I remember that when they kicked through that paper wall to blend those
and
sounds.
Aerosmith fans discovered Run DMC, and Run DMC fans discovered Aerosmith.
I think that was so big when they kicked through that paper wall to let you know that, like they say, a thin line between love and hate. There was a thin line between what they were doing and what they were doing.
Right. And you got to remember that for the most part, Run was really kind of just rapping the original lyrics from the original Walk This Way. Like, Walk This Way was already a song.
Damn, you just told me something.
They remade it. You know,
who
took a little
that?
chance at a high school dance with a girl who was ready to play. Like, that's, you know, it was already done.
Damn.
So that's a crazy collaboration, man.
How forward thinking that white man was.
Hey, and Run DMC always dabbled with the rock, but the way they did it was genius because it was always so hard. Like the first video I saw from Run DMC was Rock Box. Down, 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 down. Eddie Martinez standing on top of the Cadillac, on top of Larry Smith's Cadillac, playing the hell out of an electric guitar. With a little white kid in the video with a Run DMC hat on.
Damn.
Rocking out with them. And I said, man, and you would think that you're supposed to not like it, but you can't help but like it. It was so dope, man. King of Rock. That's hardcore. It's almost hardcore rock and roll, but it's hip hop too.
And that was before CB4.
Oh man, years.
Yeah.
Like literally, this is like one of the first rap videos I ever saw was Run DMC Rock Box, like 1983.
Oh wow, okay.
And it's a dude playing an electric guitar in the video, and he is killing it.
I just say that because I remember in CB4 when the little white kid was so into rap music and his dad was dead against it, and he launched this movement against hip hop, and you know what I'm saying. I was like, damn, that's what the future.
But in the Run DMC video, the kid was just with it. There was nobody trying to turn him against it.
They just didn't show the other side of it.
Right.
Was against it.
Yeah, it was a weird video. It was like a white professor with gray hair in there. He had the lab coat on and stuff. I don't even know what. I guess they were saying this is a fusion and we putting this together like scientists. I don't know.
Rick Rubin.
But hey, It was a good idea.
Wow.
I mean, the Beastie Boys were really a punk band kind of.
Right.
Get Run DMC to write for them, get Rick Rubin.
Right.
It did work.
Yeah.
But collabs have gotten a little bit, at some point, they got a little bit out of hand for me because it felt like you could not get an R&B song without a rapper on it. Right. And every R&B song don't need a rapper.
Right. Yeah.
Like No Diggity, for example. Is there anybody that feels like Dr. Dre's verse is necessary?
No. He was just smoking hot, man.
Yeah, he was hot, but he added nothing to that song.
Nothing at all. Right. No diggity.
I'll be looking for a version without him.
Yeah.
So I can just get straight to get down, good Lord.
Make your own.
I think I was kind of getting around to that. Yeah, I've already chopped that up.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not necessary at all. Mm-hmm. But these collabs have been so successful that we got to a point where we felt like we couldn't make an R&B record
without the collab,
without including the rapper.
Well, let me ask you: when was the first time you heard the R&B singer on a hip hop beat without the collab?
First time I heard an R&B singer on a 100% hip hop sounding beat. Mm-hmm. Now, that kind of goes both ways. You had the hip hop influence on a lot of beats, like even Chaka Khan, Feel For You, Cameo, Word Up.
Right.
They had a hip hop feel to them.
And what's your boy name?
Orange Crush had a song called Action, and he used the drums for that to do Sucker MCs and all them other joints for Run DMC. So, this is a hip hop producer that also produces R&B, and his sound. He also helped Cameo figure out. That's Larry Smith helped Cameo figure out the sound for Word Up and all that. He was influential.
Where's Larry Smith from?
Larry Smith is from, I want to say Queens, but I know he's from New York somewhere, or I'm just assuming he's from New York because this is the dude that was making a lot of Run DMC's beats. It wasn't just Rick Rubin.
Right, yeah.
It was Larry Smith.
Yeah.
And the whole name Crush Groove, like the movie Crush Groove, like Larry Smith's group was called Orange Crush. And the drums, he used a variation of those drums for every song on Run DMC's album that had Crush Groove in parentheses. Because he's from Orange Crush. The drums from the Orange Crush song Action is the Crush groove. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So everything that, there were a lot of songs that felt like hip hop, but the first one that really, really took it there.
Right.
And just like all those other joints, they were made with drum machines, and you could use the same drum machine that you use to make a hip hop song and use them behind R&B songs. So that started showing up, like that's where you get your Chaka Khan and all that from.
Yeah, but I'm talking about.
But when you say really, when did it really happen?
Right.
Soul to Soul, Keep On Moving.
Keep on moving.
Because we knew those drums from Picking Boogers, and they were sampled. And had never heard an R&B song on the sample. Well, you go back, you had DJ Hollywood. He sampled that first.
Okay.
And he sang on that. Looking back in time through the corners of my mind. That joint was dope, but it never, it didn't make waves. You got to be a real head to even know about that song. But when Mary J did I Love You with the Smith & Wesson remix, that was kind of a nod to the DJ Hollywood joint.
Okay.
That had already happened in the mid 80s. But Soul to Soul was the real deal first time that this is a hip hop track.
Right.
And now it was so hot that beat from Pickin' Boogers was used on every R&B song that made it for like 2 years straight. Wow. Sybil came out, and she used that sound a lot. The hip hop sound. She sampled hip hop drums.
Okay.
She did Don't Make Me Over and Walk On By.
Right.
And she had that song called Let It Rain. I wanna let it rain, tell me. And the Bismarcky, make the music with
right.
slowed that beat down and made a slow jam out of it. And it was absolutely insane. And Sybil, speaking of North Carolina roots, she was the homecoming queen at A&T.
Oh, wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, I did sound at a party with K-Nice and Jimmy Jam was DJing. Dude was having his birthday party. He had Sybil performing.
Jimmy Jam.
Oh, it's a DJ up in High Point, Greensboro area. Yeah. He was on the wheels. I was just doing the sound that night. I brought the sound system in.
Right.
And I got a chance to meet Sybil. She was real cool people. We got to get her on the podcast because I know she could tell some stories because she is a true pioneer because Soul to Soul was from England.
Right.
But our person here in America, who is the queen of singing on hip hop beats, it's not Mary J. Blige.
Okay.
It was Sybil. Mary J. came out. She's just doing what Sybil did already with Real Love, Top Billing. Well, Sybil did it with Bismarcky. Two of Bismarcky's joints already. So the formula was already there.
Right.
And there could have been somebody else, but these are joints that I know made national waves and played all over the place. So Soul to Soul, that was something that was brought over here from England. But
I thought you were gonna say Milli Vanilli.
Nah. Sybil is ours though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Milli Vanilli is another one that they, the same drums that we heard in Paid in Full. We heard in Girl, You Know It's True.
Right.
And that started a trend of using those drums on a lot of other different songs. So, yeah, those are the first times that I really heard true hip hop sampled drums with R&B. So, it's that era. Soul to Soul first. Sybil, Milli Vanilli, Mary J. Blige, took it and ran. And there are countless others after that. Even the Gina Thompson, The Things You Do, you're talking about one of the dopest collabs ever. Yeah. When you hear those drums, you think Peter Piper, the Run Rock Rhymes.
Right.
Doom, 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 doom.
Right.
So,
Damn. Okay.
yeah, man. And then we get all the way to here. And, there's the line is blurred now between hip hop and R&B. There's not,
I think
you don't even know what category to put it in anymore.
Pop.
I think it still all falls under rhythm and blues now.
It's pop.
It's pop.
Because Drake is R&B, and they consider Drake pop.
Right.
Well, some consider Drake pop, some consider it hip hop, but
Yeah. Lil Jon did. He had that song with Ubi. Nothing in life is free. Nothing in life is free. He took his sound. That was the first time I heard Lil Jon produce an R&B joint. Of course, he did Usher. Yeah, and he did Sierra Goodies and all that stuff later.
Right.
But the experiment that was thrown out there that worked was Ubi. Nothing's free.
Okay.
Shawty, said we're looking for love. Shawty, that joint was dope.
Okay.
Nothing in life is free. And it had the signature Lil Jon hip hop beat.
I don't think Lil Jon get enough mentions.
Lil Jon is one of the greatest producers of our time.
Right. But they give it to Dre or Puff. They don't even mention Lil Jon.
It's I think there's just a bias there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Lil Jon's special.
And you know why? Because Lil Jon's from down south.
Yeah, and I think I think at the end of the day, I think that most people will recognize that there's kind of a difference between like Dre and Puff.
Yes.
I think when people think Dre, they kind of see him in the studio hands on. When they think Puff, they see him in the studio directing.
Right.
And both of them are important.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that you see Dre as a hands-on composer.
Right.
And Puff is a visionary.
Mm-hmm.
A visionary producer.
Right. Damn. That's dope.
Yeah. Yeah, but collaborations, man.
Yeah.
Like that helped this whole genre grow.
So what would you credit the greatest collab?
The greatest hip hop collaboration ever. Do we go with the first? Is it Chaka Khan and Melly Mel?
I don't know.
Or do you go with your heart and think about one of your favorite songs? What's your favorite one? What's your favorite hip hop R&B collaboration?
Shit, man. Me, of course, I'm biased because I'm East Coast all day, and that Mary J and Smith and Wesson joint, man.
I would have to do a top 5.
But Mary J would have
Mary J, Smith and Wesson, SWV, Wu-Tang.
I would say Mary J, Smith and Wesson, Mary J, Grand Puba.
What's the 411 was insane too.
Mary J and Biggie.
Right.
Like those would take 3 of my top 5 spots.
I'm gonna add Chaka Khan and Jody Watley in there. Jody Watley and Rakim, man, that was some dopeness.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like that's a tough one for me to name. The other 2 for me would be tough because it might be Mary J and Meth.
Oh, you see, Mary J is she? Hey, Puffy knew what to do,
and
all he did was took the mixtape game and brought it to life in the studio.
Puff and not Puff, Mary J and Jay-Z.
Mary J.
The Hustle.
Can't Knock the Hustle was dope.
Man, what?
That was dope. But I even like Jay-Z and Maya. Best of Me.
Yeah, I like that.
Great
too.
collab.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah. Old Dirty and Khalees.
Yeah,
hey,
man.
Dirty.
What?
Baby, I got your money.
Yeah, that was dope too.
It's been some great collabs, and we haven't even gotten into recent stuff.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to pick one.
Cause that recent stuff, man, I always been a fan of this track, man. That Rick Ross and The Weeknd, The Money Dance.
No, that's your joint.
What? Wait. That's my man. That dude said, he said, baby, I'm a dance with you. Don't step on my toes, cause you gonna make my feet hurt. Oh, but he said, not The Weeknd. I mean The Dream. He said all the bitches out the pool cause we about to park the boats.
Oh, now The Dream.
Man,
another guy from North Carolina.
I know, man.
Hey, he had some joints.
Man, I don't know. I can't give you other than the East Coast stuff. You know, I don't really know a West Coast collab that made me like. That's that joint.
A West Coast collab. Let me see. DJ Quick and Lucy Pearl. Let's Get Down.
I can't remember.
Oh no, it's Tony. My fault.
Oh.
Let's get down, get down, let's get down.
That beat was crazy, man.
Yeah, that's a collab for you right there.
And Quick is a underrated producer too.
Oh, one of the greatest ever.
Yeah, man.
Now, speaking of collabs, do we call Nate Dogg? What is Nate Dogg? If Nate Dogg is an R&B, is Nate Dogg an R&B artist?
I don't know, man.
Because Regulate is one of the greatest collabs ever, hands down. Hands down, man.
That joint's so crazy. It had me do karaoke.
He said, had you doing the karaoke?
Man, me and my cousin, shout out to Nate, man. We did karaoke with that joint right there in Dallas, Texas, man.
Oh, wow.
First time and last time ever doing karaoke, but Regulators came on. I had to jump up on stage.
Did you like Way You Move, Outkast, and Sleepy Brown? Sleepy Brown was an R&B artist.
Yeah.
I like the way you move.
Yeah, that was...
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know, Ja Rule and Ashanti collabed on a bunch of stuff. And that was always a hit. They ain't never missed. I don't think Ja Rule and Ashanti missed on one song.
They didn't. Ja Rule didn't miss on no collabs, though.
Kanye and Jamie Foxx.
Overnight Celebrity.
Gold Digger.
Oh, Gold, yeah.
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 Kanye and Twister.
Nas and Lauryn Hill.
I can't even play that joint around my kids, man.
If I rule the world.
Yeah.
What about The Roots and Erykah Badu?
I prefer The Roots and Jill Scott.
You like that version better?
Yeah, I like that.
That's the one that I heard first too. Shout out Ty C.
Yeah,
we were in Miami. He said he was working for MCA. He was like, "Yo, man, The Roots about to drop this crazy joy. I can't give you a copy, but I can play it for you." It got this girl on there named Jill Scott. And then when I heard the record again, it had Erykah Badu.
Right.
But the first time I heard it, had Jill Scott.
Yeah, man. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
50 Cent and Nate Dogg.
Yeah.
Girl.
Oh.
You love me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, collaborations, like they work and they started in the 80s, but they carried us all the way through the 2000s, man.
Absolutely.
Petey Pablo and Sierra.
My goodies.
My goodies.
Yeah.
That's a collab.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there've been some really good collabs.
What's the joint? Chris Brown, sex, planes and automobiles, sex pills and automobiles. Yo Gotti and all them on that track, man. Chris Brown do some dope collabs, man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And he'll get on that joint and spit too.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
For sure.
The greatest collaboration album. Let me see if you're gonna give these folks their credit, man. This dude, his credit, man.
Like, as much as everybody cancel R. Kelly.
Thank you.
Like, I ain't trying to be funny or nothing, but that R. Kelly and Jay-Z album was good. It was good.
I heard
I hate that everything happened the way it happened because that was a legendary collaboration right there.
I like the underground one better than the commercial released one because they had an underground one that came out months before the commercial release, but they couldn't clear all of the music that was sampled on the underground one. Yes, but that album, man.
You remember when Biggie got on the 112 joint on the remix?
Hold on, the one with Biggie or the one with Biggie and Mace?
Oh man, I'm talking about just the one with Biggie right now.
Okay.
Only You.
Yeah, I know. And then
they did another one, right.
Come all you want to, come all you want to.
Biggie
and Faith.
Big Pun and Joe. I don't want to be a player no more.
Biggie and Faith, man.
Biggie and Faith. That's something to think about.
Yeah.
Oh man. Usher and Lil Jon. Lovers and Friends.
Man, I think it was two of those, right?
2 versions of the song, you mean?
Yeah. Usher.
I don't even remember.
They had Usher and
Tell
Lil Jon.
me again. And that was
with Ludacris.
That was a game changer.
That's what I'm saying.
That was a game changer. Because like we had heard collabs before, but on this one, it's like it was something you never heard. You never heard it like that.
If the song come on right now, I'm gonna put it on repeat until it just stop repeating.
Right.
R. Kelly and Lil' Kim feeling on your booty.
I don't even remember Lil' Kim being on feeling on your booty. I do remember her with Mary J though. I can love you better than. And Lil' Kim came on. She did her thing.
That was okay.
Salt and Pepper in Vogue.
I don't remember that.
It wasn't one of my favorite joints though, so I started not to even bring that up. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a man, a good man.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
R&B song to me one of the greatest collabs ever. Like Jagged Edge had Let's Get Married already, but when they bust that remix out, use an old Run DMC joint and then had Run come back and spit on that Joker.
Right.
Come on, man. That was one of the best collabs ever. Total and Biggie, Can't You See? Foxy Brown and Case. While we on that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Papa, just keep me laced up.
Right.
And that's back when it still meant something to have a rapper on there. You know, like when Biggie showed up on the Total joint and Foxy showed up on the Case joint.
Yeah.
Like it meant something for the R&B artists that these rappers up here, they made the songs hotter. Like, it wasn't like you heard the new Case. Nah, you heard that new joint with Foxy Brown on it.
Right.
You heard that new joint with Biggie on it, with them girls singing. What girls? I don't know, man. Some girls, but the song is dope.
So I talked about best album, rap and R&B collabs, but I forgot one that runs a close second to the R. Kelly and Jay-Z.
What's that?
The Beyonce and the Carters.
That was a good album.
Man,
that was a good album.
I wonder, and
that was a good album.
Keep saying to myself every time I listen to Ape Shit, how many times did Jay-Z go back and redo his verse after Beyonce got on it?
That song's kind of dope, Ape Shit.
Yeah, man.
You know, it got quietly slept on.
On the Run 2.
Oh man, that was great. That was a great song.
He said, if they send you to heaven and they send me to hell, just sneak out and bring me a box of L's.
How about all right, here's one. Chris Brown, Look at Me Now with Busta Rhymes.
And Lil Wayne, right? Is that the one with Lil Wayne?
I don't care who else is on that song because the verse that Busta Rhymes spit on that joint.
You gotta give credit to Lil Wayne though. You know why? Busta said it himself.
That Wayne made him go harder.
Go back and do your verse over. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't gonna look, Busta Bust. You ain't gonna like your verse after I finish what I'm getting ready to do on it.
God knows. Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Oh man, we'd be here all day talking about some of the dopest collabs, you know. But that's I think we hit up
Lil Wayne, Destiny Child, man.
What song was that?
Body inked up like the subway in Harlem.
Oh man, what song was that?
I can't even remember, but I remember
was that
I
Soldier?
I need a soldier. Yes.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Nas and Missy with Hot Boy.
But you know what? I thought that was a bad performance from Nas. I love Nas, but I don't think that was just his kind of beat. But it was a collab.
Yeah, it was a collab.
And it actually kind of, it kind of worked because you're just like, ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
But, after that, nobody go back and, nobody's ever asked me to play Hot Boy since that song went away.
Since it came out, yeah.
So I think that says about all you need to know
right
about
but
that joint. It was all shock value. It's like, Nas and Missy?
Yeah,
let me hear it. Okay. All right. And then and you were done with it. And in them other songs you talked about people still bumping them joints. Anybody bumping Hot Boys right now?
No, I don't.
I don't either, man.
Yeah.
There's no diss to Nas. Still the greatest MC ever.
Yeah.
But
it just didn't.
But that wasn't his thing. He was just as useless on that beat as Dr. Dre on No Diggity.
He was.
You just take him right off the song and it's better now.
Yeah. And since we mentioned Drake, and I called him top 40, Drake and J. Cole got a track right now that I think.
So which one is the R&B singer? Drake.
Drake. Yeah. That
Drake is so much of a rapper that when he collabs with another rapper, I don't consider it an R&B singer and a rapper. Like he got to collab with an R&B singer.
Yeah.
But Drake got so
Keys.
many Alicia Keys and Jay-Z, Empire State of Mind was dope.
Alicia Keys and Drake was dope. And
But Alicia Keys has done a lot of great.
Absolutely.
She's done a lot of great collabs.
Yeah. But that New York State of Mind, that junk crazy, man. Yeah. I mean, not New York. What is it?
Empire State of Mind.
Yeah, Empire State of Mind.
In New York.
Took Nas joint though.
That was the joint.
Yeah, he took Nas joint though.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Let's shoot. Are we done talking collabs right now?
Yeah, man.
We done talking collabs? All right.
It's been 20 minutes.
Yeah.
45.
We'll move on. All right. Well, let's get on out of here, man. We're going to let you go do what you do. You can put the headphones down or cut the car off or go in the house or whatever you need to do. This has been the Capital City Podcast. I'm your host, Capital J, alongside my friend here,
D.O. Glass.
And we'll be getting back with you next week with another episode. Peace and soul.